I've been through so many trials and temptations. A lot has happened in time past. That one is a story I will share when you come for another worship conference, so that you will come back. Let's worship God. But yes, I am here to encourage somebody, especially creative minds. Please and please, I want to advise you, be very careful of the people you associate with. Number one. You're a singer, you're a songwriter, you're a content creator. Every one of you, gifted and talented. Before you put a pen down to sign anything, ask questions. Tell your neighbor, ask questions. Tell your neighbor, ask questions. Before somebody takes advantage of you, ask. Now my prayer for you is that the eyes of your understanding will be enlightened daily. That the Lord will announce you himself and he will use you for his glory. Nobody born of a woman will come back and say, I met you who you are. It is only God that makes men. Hello? He uses people to what? Support and lift you. But God is the lifter of men. Tell your neighbor, Jesus is the lifter of men. Before you do anything, do what? Ask questions. Looking unto Jesus.
It has always been my desire to protect Christian creatives. Unfortunately, the ones you laid your life for said your blood stained their white shirts. But then everybody won't be crazy. There will be one or two. And even if all we did is do this for the love of this to set apart, there's a track record. Every success you see of Eezee Global is a result of pain, scar. We carried it and we're going. Part of the motivation was so that there will be hope for the ones coming. Just like you are now, they don't know you. Somebody now comes to take a risk on you, and it becomes the investor who hates you. Them that love you better, why are they not spending the money? How can the only person at risk is the investor? Even you as the artist, you're not at risk. Because it's your talent, you can always sing. The only person who is losing something in the ecosystem is the investor. And they say it's the person that is your problem. Are you not aware that if I don't take good care of you and you don't do well, I won't get my returns? It is an agenda to destroy the financial growth that should happen within our ecosystem. And if it affects the system, it will affect every other person that finds expression. From graphic designer, to musician, to A&R, to manager. Because the way it works, when you invest the money into developing the artist, every other cameraman will go hold camera if you don't put money to shoot video for the artist. So other creatives begin to find expression. It will kill that ecosystem and you won't thrive. In fact, I run away from people when I realize that they have known me and they're using it against me, so I stay away from you. Just because the system wants to discredit a man. They want to discredit something is working. The only thing I'm gaining with doing this is that there's continuity of this knowledge. Let's know what and who our true enemies are. There has to be continuity. Contracts are not issues when you're dealing with those international guys. They follow the contract, but why is it wrong with us?
Mr. Ezekiel Onyedikachukwu, who is the CEO of Eezee Concept Global, is still taking to his social media pages to address issues regarding the allegations laid against him by two of his ex-music artists by name JUDIKAY and CHINWO. In this video, we'll be taking a close look at some of the recent updates on this topic. If you are new to the story, I would suggest you go check our previous uploads on this topic. We have been uploading about this topic from way back 2023, so it's not a new topic, it's not a new story. A lot has happened in the past. So if you like to catch up on the story, you like to have a background knowledge and a proper understanding about the story, then you need to go watch our previous videos. I'll be leaving the links to the videos on this topic in the description box so you can go check them out. Like I said earlier, in this video, we'll be looking at the most recent updates on this topic. So recently, Eezee Tee made an outcry concerning his social media accounts. He wrote, "We have noticed malicious attempts being made to get into our social media accounts. If this page goes down, kindly follow and look out for our posts on the following pages. We refuse to be silenced or bullied. If you have been following the story, you will know that he has been complaining a lot about him being bullied by, by the people accusing him, who is of course Mercy Chinwo and JUDIKAY. He said he has been bullied several times by men of God whom he was open on and believing that they could serve as a mediator on the issue, but they are apparently being one-sided according to him. They are being one-sided and they are actually standing as bullies against him. Later that same day, he made a detailed post explaining and clarifying his own perspective regarding JUDIKAY's allegation. So on the 16th of January 2025, it hit the news that the Federal High Court has issued an arrest warrant for Eezee Tee over an alleged fraud of 345,000 from the earnings of Mercy Chinwo, of which he said that he did not divert any of Mercy Chinwo's funds. He has come out previously to clarify or to deny the allegations that he did not divert Mercy Chinwo's funds, and that he has tried several times to call Mercy Chinwo and to get her to settle this whole issue amicably. He said he is willing to provide documents for audit, but that Mercy Chinwo has not been cooperating, although that is contrary to what Pastor Anselm said. Pastor Anselm is the spiritual father of Mercy Chinwo. According to Pastor Anselm, Mercy Chinwo on her side has been the one trying to get the attention of Eezee Concept, trying to get Eezee Concept to make a proper audit and for them to resolve the whole issue, but he has not been cooperating. So like the allegations are just going back and forth. So a few days after the allegation of Mercy Chinwo hit the news, and after it was reported in the blogs that the court has issued an arrest warrant, just few days after that, an audit report was also published declaring that Eezee Tee has diverted a total of 264,000 from the earnings of JUDIKAY. Like I said earlier, this case started way back from 2023, but as of then, it was just between Eezee Tee and Mercy Chinwo. It was just recently that JUDIKAY also joined in on the allegations and is also saying that 264,000 was deducted from her earnings. Although this allegation was not made directly by JUDIKAY and Mercy Chinwo has not posted anything concerning this case on their page. This allegation was made by the audit firm, an independent audit firm that JUDIKAY employed to go through the records of Eezee Tee. So in response to this, Eezee Tee has published a detailed explanation on the audit report from JUDIKAY. And this is what he wrote. He said, Eezee Concept Global finds it deeply concerning that JUDIKAY's financial report was shared publicly on social media without prior official communication with us. As a company committed to transparency, we willingly provided all necessary bank statements and documents to facilitate the audit process. If we had any intention of resisting the audit, access to these records would not have been granted in the first place. We fully complied with the audit process, including providing statements from digital service providers. However, we were neither informed of any discrepancies nor given the opportunity to address them. Instead, we learned of the accusation through informal channels and eventually saw the report circulating online. Despite requesting the report, it was withheld from us until its public release. Key issues in the financial report shared online by JUDIKAY. 1. YouTube discrepancies. Artists are paid based on the actual revenue deposited into our bank accounts. It is important to recognize that certain deductions, such as 30% tax on streams from the USA, can create variances between the amount reported on YouTube and the actual funds received. To clarify such variances, it is essential to first ascertain streaming data from the USA to determine the tax deductions applied. This makes it very important that the audit report should have been shared with us officially, allowing for a collaborative review to verify deductions and clarify the discrepancies. 2. Misclassification of funds as artist income. Granting access to our bank statements does not imply that all incoming funds are JUDIKAY's revenue. Proper clarification is vital in such cases. Mogi Aaron. This client paid for unrelated services, yet these funds were mistakenly classified as JUDIKAY's income. The client has since raised concerns about their private information being included in financial reports circulating online, which violate privacy agreements. Genet Services. This payment was for a concert held in Ghana. All involved parties were paid, and this transaction is unrelated to JUDIKAY's streaming income. Its inclusion in the report also breaches confidentiality agreements with our clients. Number 3. Other payments. These payments pertain to multiple artists under our labels, not exclusively to JUDIKAY. Additionally, these streaming platform data have not been received due to internal issues on their part. We have written them severally with proof of intensive follow-up. However, they are yet to provide it. Since JUDIKAY's team had concern, they should have clarified directly by contacting the digital platforms, because we cannot give multiple artists money to only you. We ceased remittances as we were awaiting a financial report from JUDIKAY and needed to conduct an audit of our account too for earning from content and remaining obligations due to the label to base on the contract to determine the financial standing and clarify who owes whom. Breach of non-closure agreement. The audit was binded by a non-closure agreement. However, the report was never communicated to us officially for a response or clarification. Instead, it was made public, violating the confidentiality terms and bypassing standard practices of sharing findings with concerned parties for rebuttal. Impact of public disclosure. The public release of an unverified financial report without prior communication or consultation has caused significant reputational harm to Eezee CONCEPTZ Global. While financial discrepancies can arise, the appropriate course of action is to communicate findings directly for resolution. Regrettably, this was not done. Had JUDIKAY's team reached out, we would have gladly explained, addressed, and resolved these discrepancies promptly. JUDIKAY's team approach to this issue largely implies that there is a greater agenda at play to tarnish the image and reputation Eezee CONCEPTZ and its founder have built over the years. As an organization, we remain committed to transparency and accountability. Signed, Management. That was a long read, and I hope I did not get you guys confused in that process. But what Eezee Tee is trying to say is that the audit report from the independent audit firm was not made available to him before it was published online, and if that is true, that is absolutely unfair. We can remember that Eezee Tee also published a video of a meeting in 2024 between him, JUDIKAY's husband, and her team as well. So let's take a look at that video.
Were there issues of concern on the contract that you felt you should have brought to our notice? Or maybe we didn't provide an opportunity. Maybe you didn't have an opportunity to bring it forward, and this can be an opportunity for us to look at it, give clarity, where necessary. And then generally or holistically, could there be any discrepancies you want to move forward that you want us to address or deal with before we move into financials? Sorry? You can't say none whatsoever. every system run by man would have its. You can't say here that Eezee Concept has run perfectly and optimally to your expectation and to all that you desired. You don't have any what?
Any discrepancy to error.
So for the past 4 years, you've not had any issue. There's not been any contractual discrepancy. You feel like there's a part of the contract that is the devil. Maybe whilst you signed, you didn't notice that you were signing your liver, your kidney. Because some contracts right now, when you sign, you automatically initiated. So it might not even be financial issues. It might be demonic issues. It might be issues of cultism. Maybe somehow Eezee just portrayed a lot of kingdom and Jesus stuff. When we got into it now, we are like that. He's affiliated to one thing.
We wicked, or we don't need to watch.
Yeah, so we need to be sure. Sincerely, we need to be sure so that we can deal with them. Or maybe apologize for some of those areas. And then go forward. Okay. That being said,
thank God it's on record. If we had concerns as to these computations, then we'll come with, let's go through everything. But we don't have concerns. And we don't have concerns is not coming from sentiments. These are not sentimental statements. So we're saying we are good.
So Eezee Tee is still standing on his ground and he's still saying that he's innocent of all the allegations that were laid against him, that he did not divert any funds. And Mercy Chinwo and JUDIKAY are quiet about the issue. They've not come out to say anything. They've not posted anything on their social media page. And we are still waiting, for all these things to be resolved. Personally, I feel it would have been better if they resolved it privately. But the whole issue is public now. It has become a public interest. Everybody wants to see the outcome. Everybody wants to know who is innocent. Because Eezee Tee is also accusing this artist of breaching contracts. He accused Mercy Chinwo of breaching their contract. He said that Mercy Chinwo was taking public ministrations without informing the label and that was against their contract. He also said that Mercy Chinwo was supposed to deliver one more album before leaving the record label, which she didn't. So there are so many accusations going back and forth. Accusations from Mercy Chinwo, accusations from JUDIKAY, accusations from Eezee Tee. Like, the whole thing is just confusing. We are not trying to take sides here. We are just trying to say that this issue needs to be resolved amicably. Thank you so much for tuning in. This broadcast was brought to you by Becky Culture Media, where we talk about trending news and events. Do let us know where you're watching this video from in the comment section below.